Hey there, let's take 10 minutes together where you're dedicating all of your attention to you. This activity is all about cultivating inner momentum and not the fake kind where you're going to tell yourself, oh, everything's fine. I feel amazing when you're clearly exhausted. I'm talking about the real kind of inner momentum, the kind that builds honest, better feeling thoughts one at a time. So here's the deal. You cannot leap from I'm stuck, I feel like crap, everything is terrible, to I'm thriving. That's too far of a jump. But you can shift from I'm stuck to I'm starting to notice where I'm stuck. And that feels pretty good. And that little shift, that's the moment where things can begin to change. So get comfortable, take a deep breath. We're not here to try to fix you. You're not broken. We're here to become more honest and more kind. So please get your journal or voice memo app ready, whichever you prefer, and we'll pause for you to do this activity right now in real time. So if you don't have whatever your preferred is, your voice memo or your journal, just pause the video and go get it. We'll be right here. Okay, so step one. We're going to begin by thinking of something that's been looping in your mind lately. A belief, a sentence, a story. Don't get too far into a story because that's not as productive. Keep it kind of simple. Just what's the belief or sentence that's kind of at the root of the loop. So I can't focus, or everyone else seems to be doing better than me, or I can't get out of this pattern. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm not doing good enough. Whatever it is. You don't have to share this with anyone, so it's totally safe. Just write it down exactly as it shows up. No editing, no judgment, just honest reflection on your own internal voice. I'll wait. If you've already got one, you can write down a couple. If you need more time, feel free to take it. But for the rest of us, we're going to move on now in the interest of keeping this as efficient and effective as possible. So look at the thought or thoughts you wrote down. And now ask yourself, is this 100% true? Usually it's not. Ask yourself, is this a fact or a feeling? Is this the full story of what's actually going on? Or is it just the loudest part in my brain right now? And we're not trying to erase our thoughts. A lot of times people think, I teach meditation and people kind of get into this narrative of, oh, I have to have my mind be completely silent. Good luck with that, unless you have your entire life to move into the woods and become a monk. So for now, you do not need to erase any thoughts. We're just creating some space around them. And so now gently, and this part is important, without bullshitting yourself, write down a new version of the thought. Again, you cannot lie to yourself or it won't work. So you can't say things you don't believe. So if I were to write down, I'm the most successful professor in the world, I don't believe that. And so it won't feel true. But if I'm having a bad day and I say, well, every day I'm doing a little better, that doesn't feel true because I'm not doing better every day. But maybe I could say something like, Every time I make a mistake, I'm learning something and that's helping me grow. Okay, that feels true. And I can write that down as the replacement thought without feeling any sort of lying or self-deception around it. I'll give you a few more examples. So could say, I suck at focusing. That's a thing you're repeating in your head. Maybe replace it with the better feeling thought. I've been scattered lately and I'm starting to notice when that happens. The original thought might be something like, I'm lazy. A replacement thought might be, I've been tired. I want to feel more energized and I'm working on it. Original thought of, I can't change. I'll never change. I can't do this. Change is hard, but I'm here. That's worth something, right? So just follow the thread. Take it as far as you can while it still feels true. So I'm going to give you a little time now to rewrite your own version, writing down one that's slightly better that you can actually believe right now. Not your dream thought at the end, just the next step on the ladder. I'll wait. If you need more time, pause the video and take as much time as you need. For this last step, we're going to add one more supportive reminder. So for this one, we're focusing on negative emotions that you might be feeling fairly often. We're not trying to erase them, trying to acknowledge them and work with them. We'll finish the sentence, even when I feel blank, I know I can blank. So I'll give you some examples. Even when I feel behind, I know I can take one step. Even when I feel stressed, I know I can take a deep breath. Even when I feel numb, I know I can remember a happy memory. Even when I feel anxious, I know I can choose what I focus on. And again, only write down what actually feels true, focusing on the less desirable emotions that you experience most often. I'll wait. If you need more time, pause the video and write down as many as you want. And now Pick one of those better feeling thoughts, one that feels honest and supportive. Okay, that's important. We're not lying to ourselves. And write it down on a sticky note or in your phone, maybe as your background on your phone or on your bathroom mirrors, just anywhere where you'll encounter it a lot, on the door of the fridge. And I'll share a little story here. When I began this work of reprogramming my own inner critic years ago, I used to record voice memos of myself saying the better feeling thoughts I wrote down. So I would record those voice memos when I felt calm and regulated, and it felt easy to say things like, I'm doing a little better today than yesterday. And this is hard, but I can do hard things. And I've been confused before, and I've always been able to find clarity eventually. So I'm sure I will this time too. Or I'm feeling really sad, but emotions are impermanent. And I'm sure if I take some deep breaths, I'll feel better eventually. Or I'm really angry, but I know how to move anger through my body, right? So all these things, I would just record a voice memo saying them. And then later, when I was dysregulated and that inner critic was really loud, I would put my headphones in and listen to my own voice from when I was in a calm state, telling me the new beliefs, the better feeling thoughts. And I did that over and over for months, possibly years. I don't remember at this point. And now it's become fairly natural for me to catch a thought and then choose a better feeling thought. And I'm not telling you this to say I'm so special. I used to have a loud and awful and berating inner critic, and she's much, much quieter now. So I'm telling you that to say if you commit to doing this, it works. It may sound or feel silly, but there's something really powerful about hearing it back in your own voice. You're not trying to force yourself to feel amazing. You're just choosing to feel a little more aligned, more honest, and more compassionate. You don't need to master your mindset overnight. We're just here to practice noticing when we're being cruel to ourselves and to choose a more compassionate direction. And that direction starts with the next believable thought. That's how the brain rewires, and that's how your nervous system learns to trust. So let this be soft, be easy about it. And if you forget tomorrow, that's okay. Just come back. Rewrite it on a brighter colored sticky note. Don't worry, you're not behind. You're doing so well. Beautiful. I'll see you next time.